Hello and welcome to Rave Sensation. I'm your host Dan, and in this episode I am going to be looking at Inferno, uncensored horror for adults, a horror anthology from Aircell Comics. This is number 2 of 4 issues. It says Aircell on the cover, but inside it doesn't mention that here in the credits page. It says Inferno 2 of 4, November 1990, published monthly by Eternity Comics, a division of Malibu Graphics. So, make of that what you will. All stories created by Watson Portello. I guess he is the artist also. There's only 2 stories in this issue. I'm going to go through this because, first off, let's go back to that cover once. This is a stereotypical kind of, looks like a high-end bordello in New Orleans or maybe the West, out West, and the fancy, the bedposts and stuff, and her extra fancy lingerie, her fistful of money there. He's got a business suit on, which actually looks pretty modern, and he's tearing a tie off his neck. And he is turning into a werewolf. Now, in here, it's really hard to see exactly what he is drawing. I think that's a little confusing. I don't think that's that well done, but, I still like it, honestly. It just adds to the weirdness of the whole thing. So I'm going to go over this comic because it gets some things really right that I think most horror comics don't do, and then it kind of falls apart at the end, and we'll talk about that as we go. This is taking place, it says it's Civil War in 1839. Now, this looks like maybe it has more to do with relations, maybe Mexican-American animosities, or maybe this is supposed to be taking place out in Mexico. This does not have to do with North versus South, which was, I think, just beginning around that time, I guess. We see them. We see these guys thundering down a path, and they're obviously a mob out looking for trouble. They come upon this farmland, and they start butchering everyone there. They machete this poor kid in the face, and this guy's yelling, "Take this, you deserve it. Leave no one alive." And the mother of the family is down getting water. Why is she so far away? A homestead like this, they probably would have had a well nearby, but maybe not. Bang, bang, shots are being fired. Oh my God, Carlos, Ricardo. And she goes running back, and she didn't mention a female name, but I guess this is her daughter. Holy Mary, the tragedy. This poor girl has been tied here and had something shoved down her throat. I guess a sword of some sort. This person has been burned alive. And she sees this body laying over here. And they go, "Carlos, who did this?" It was Frutuoso, mother. I guess that's how you say it. I'm not sure. "He wants our land. Steal it from us. Avenge us, mother. Kill. Ugh. Carlos, oh my God." And thundering up, "Die, Imperial. I'm dead unless..." There happens to be a wood chopping axe nearby. She sees it in the log, or in the tree actually, grabs it, swings it just in time, kills him. "Die, you filthy pig. I wish I were dead as well." She goes running off. Days go by. She's asking people for help to get her revenge. But everyone's turning her down. It's, "He's a powerful man. I want no trouble. It's a dangerous job, madam." And the few people she talks into working for her, Here we see him hanged. At least these men tried. She's pretty mad. She's at the end of her rope. A few days after, there's only evil to turn to evil, to destroy evil. Okay? You look for me, woman? Away from me, damn dog. I don't need your services. So this dog, and in this, his ears look big and fluffy like a dog. Here he looks more wolf-like, and those ears suddenly don't look the same. Don't kid me, woman. You know what you need from me. I shall be the instrument of your revenge for a price. Can you pay? Nothing matters but his death. You will demonstrate your revenge with the intensity of your desires. Ah, the hound of hell. No! And suddenly he's a monster tearing off her clothes. What will you do? What do you think? Be ready to bear the fruit and the instrument of your revenge. No, not that. Your hatred will consume you. No! It's done now. Yes, it's done now. So, that's a pretty good start. Considering at one point the longest stories you were getting from, originally in the pre-code comics and the ECs and stuff, 5-6 pages was about how long they had to tell a story. And even in the Creepy Warrens, they're very short. This is taking its time. It's building things up. And I like that. I think that's great. Now here we get into a little bit of trouble. Because whoever was editing this book gets these 2 pages wrong. They're out of order. So let's jump over to this page. Months pass. She gets pregnant. So all this cosmic looking stuff is happening. And then whoosh, my son, my revenge. Come, son, I must put this on you. And she puts a cross around his neck. And then she expires. I shall avenge you, mother. And he goes running off. So, page is out of order. Not great. Then we come here. And I believe this is out of order too. Because here the Hellhound is still a pup. And so this the creature starts with his revenge. He's eating someone. This, I'm pretty sure, comes afterwards. Because this is at the house of the guy he's gonna take revenge on. So there's this. He turns into the monster. He jumps in and he turns into a monster. Then this page is out of order. This page is out of order. It goes to this because he's killing random people, building up to attacking the main villain. Then we would go back to this page where the people guarding our villain's house are at, and they're waiting for the return of some of their compatriots, and they come back dead in the saddle. That guy doesn't look too bad, just his arm ripped off. So then this guy comes running in, and he's saying, like, he's saying the river has turned to blood. He's going like, what the heck? You're drunk. And then he goes to pour his wine, and his wine has turned into blood. So we see our werewolf. We've seen how vicious he is. These pages being out of order. Believe me, the first time I read this, I was going like, what the... So here it is. Blood. Then we go to this page, and the werewolf is here. And he's telling his people, you hold him, stop him. But boss, how will I... And there he is. His guts have been totally torn out. Then we go to this page. So this page is backwards. He's bursting in the door where our main villain is, and it tears his jaw off. Well, it smacks it off, and then he grabs him there. Now this is a weird. I've enjoyed this werewolf. I like the way he's drawing him, but in this picture, it looks like it's crossing its legs because it's gonna pee. I think now I'm caught up with all the stuff being backwards, right? Or did I miss going? Yeah. So then it comes to the last page. He's killed the guy. He brings the guy's severed head to his mother's grave. The end. So, is that 16? So that's 16 pages. I think this would be a pretty satisfying little horror story with a lot of gore in it. It's very cliched, I'll grant you. It maybe could have been told in half the pages. And if it had been a Warren publication, it would have been told in half these pages. But I like that they give it room to breathe. They give it time to have some big, bolder panels for things to happen. I was trying to figure out, the way you'd lay out a pages depending on what the press was like at the time. It's possible to have one thing be out of whack, and because of that, it throws off everything else. But I can't really tell that that's the case here. It's crazy that these pages are so out of whack. This is some nice gore. Very, very, very good stuff here. I think the guy did a great job. The drawing of the faces is, just cartoony enough to give more emotions than in those comics where people try and draw really, really realistic stuff. But dang, like I said, that's an unfortunate pose for this werewolf, though. And so many pages out of whack. I'm not going to do the last one. I just thought it was interesting. I just happened to be flipping through this. And I was like, let's just talk about. Like I said, I think this comes pretty close to being a pretty fun comic. It does what a monster comic should do, but boy, that's rough there with all that mess up.